going on, everybody? This is Bad Hasher coming at you with the fourth video of the 2D platformer in Godot. So with this video, I ended up completing level 2, and I do want to show you guys what it looks like. And as I go through it, maybe talk a little bit about level design, because as I was reading it, it seemed there's a lot of cool. Like I'm very actually proud of this level. I wanted to implement basically where you introduce a new mechanic in a game, right? And then you go ahead and like place it all in the map for the player to understand it. So here, I'll go and launch it up here. So I might have to turn it down though, because I think the music is a lot louder than my voice. Yeah, so here's level 2. Maybe it's still fine for the audio. Okay, so right off the bat, I did this to where I give you a checkpoint token right off the rip, which maybe I was thinking could be bad just because you do spawn here, and I definitely don't want the player to place a checkpoint token, so I might change that. But I was just doing it to where when you start from level 1 to level 2, you didn't have one. So anyway, you can see right off the bat, I introduced the breakable platforms. Now, if you're a new player, you just don't know what this is, right off the rip. So you just go ahead and go, and you go, oh crap, it falls down, right? And then it'll go ahead and spawn back, giving you that, oh, these go away, right? So let's go ahead and try to kill this slime here that's blocking our path here. But I'm really bad at the game though. And even if, let's say you're down here and then the platforms come back, you can still either continue the level or you can go up and go back around. So I didn't want to leave any area that you wouldn't be able to get back to, you know. Because for me personally, when I play games, I always want to be able to explore everything or go back, or you know what I mean. There are some exceptions where you do have some one ways and stuff. So anyway, I just go and play through the level and kind of talk about it. So there's another little secret over here. It's not too big of a secret though, really. But and then again, you can kind of fall down here. And before, I actually had this to where I put spikes along this bottom portion, but I felt it was a little too harsh, and I wanted the players that play to kind of implement using the Q key, so you can kind of look to see where you want to go. So obviously we got to jump here, 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 and we do that now. There we go. And this is another thing when it comes to level design. So I was reading, well, you want to give the player an idea of where to go, right? So right now you can see the end of the level is actually right there. I mean, you have to get to this spot, right? So you can clearly see that going through the beginning of the level. You go, hey, I need to get to that spot, basically. So I have a drop here. Let's look down. So you have to go to the right and then left. So you hold right, then go left. There we go. Get another checkpoint token. I'm gonna go and place it down right here. We have a nice jump here. Has some timing. There we go. Missed this coin actually. There we go. And here we go. This is kind of the centralized hub. So I put this is what the shop's going to be, and it kind of gives you a landmark basically. And this is the area earlier, right? So we noticed that we can't get up there though, but that's where we need to go. That's interesting. So what I did is it leads to one way, so the players have to move to the right here. And we have another area, so it's a lot of falling platforms with spikes and a slime in the middle. So we can go and go right now. Oh wow, there you go. So the one thing is as you can see, I knew where I needed to go for this, but I feel like maybe this might be a little too harsh, just because when you're moving on these platforms, it only has a tight window. So I might change this. Maybe I might remove these 2 spikes right here, because this window to be able to know where you need to go, I feel like is a little tight, and obviously you can't stand still and use the look ability on that. So that actually might be changed. Anyway, so let's go up. And of course, me playing this map, I've played it probably over a dozen times, trying to figure out, you know, really testing it to making sure everything works right and correctly. And this is the final product, or not the final product, sorry. I'm showing it to you guys, and then we'll go with it from there. So this one right here is actually a really hard jump, but I want to introduce to the player trying to learn a small jump. So of course when you play the game, it's almost a Super Mario style type jump. So if you just tap the jump, you only go, not that high, right? But if you hold it, you can kind of go a little bit higher. If you hold it really, long, you go like an actual high jump, right? So yeah, so I try to do that where it's teaching the player that, hey, you need to learn this jump now. So I obviously really mastered this game, but this was really hard. I had one of my buddies, Drew. Shout out to Drew for trying out my game, and he was having a really hard time with that. So maybe I might probably tone that down. Maybe not introduce it in level 2. But my whole goal of this game though is to make it a little bit more of a speed runny type of game. To introduce kind of a larger skill gap and stuff. But anyway, just moving it for there. But then it kind of defeats the purpose there, because then I was kind of thinking about it. If you have a game that's focused on speedrunning, then why is there exploration? So it kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm not really too sorry. It kind of does have a little bit of a identity crisis, I suppose. And you can't go down here again. This is another one-way though, which you should know this from the level 1, right? So if we tried, you can't get in that. So then we just teleport back here. Also added new music. And here we go. So this is introducing the pushable block, right? So again, introducing stuff in the level and then showing the player that, oh, this is what it's capable of doing. So at later levels you can go, hey, this is, something that can be used. And of course I did it to where you can't get soft locked, right, in the previous video. So you can only push it one way. And there you go. And there you go. See? I thought that was really neat. Introduces a core mechanic, and then you also can complete the level. There you go. Now, of course, there's a lot of other stuff that we missed. So if we just go back, which we're just gonna go ahead and die here since we can spawn back. Which I do want to implement some sort of way to be where I don't want the player to just die and then return back. So I was thinking of maybe implementing lives and then making the hologram an item, like a return shard that you have to charge or something, because there needs to be some sort of consequence for doing that, right? Right now there's no consequence. So I need to figure out something. This is a thing that's pretty cool. So if you watch right here, there's this open area, so check out what happens. You get ambushed. That was kind of cool. All I did was just, uh-oh. That's not good. That's alright. Need to go here anyway. Let me go back to the one way. The slime just fell. And they drop down from above. So that I have them stored up there, and then once you reach a radius, then they fall down and ambush you. That was kind of nice. There you go. I think that's all the secrets for the level, really. But yeah, anyway, that is it for level 2. It took me a little while to make this one, and I'm pretty proud of it. Let me know what you think of the level design, and yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I have for this one. So I appreciate it. Thanks again. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks.